Each Japanese drink Turkish, we would like to show you how diverse our wines from these terroirs can be. This time we pair them with delicacies from Mexican cuisine. Thanks to the Embassy of Mexico in Ankara and Mario Chaparro for their initiative to organize this event together. First of all, I would like to invite dear Sergio Juarez to the stage to tell you some welcoming words.
Buenas noches, good evening to everyone. Dear ambassadors, colleagues, amigos, dear friends. It's very nice to see you all here tonight because we're celebrating Mexico, we're celebrating Turkey, and especially we're spending time together. I would like to give the most cordial welcome to the event in Mexican Drink Aegean, organized in collaboration with Vinatu. Mexican cuisine is a living expression of the diversity and richness of our culture, Mexican culture. Past and present always come together, mixing colors, aromas, and flavors. And precisely for this reason, our gastronomy, the Mexican gastronomy, has transcended time and geography. Traditional Mexican cuisine is an element of cultural identity, transmitted from generation to generation. Behind every dish, there is history, there is culture, but especially the passion of the Mexican people. Behind every dish, there's also the pride of my country, of Mexico, the pride about its past and its present, about its pre-Hispanic and European heritage. Actually, this was recognized by UNESCO in 2010 when it included traditional Mexican food on the list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Fortunately, the gastronomic talent of our ancestral communities is still present in the creativity and sophistication of the new generation of Mexican chefs, like the chef Erika Torres, tonight she prepared the delicious food that we're gonna eat. Thank you so much, Erika. Muchas gracias, Erika. And bravo, Erika. And well, actually, I would like to ask you something. What makes Mexican cuisine so special, so diverse, and so important and delicious, especially? Well, let's start by saying that Mexican food is a result of combinations of many ingredients of both pre-Hispanic and European origin. Nowadays, Mexican cuisine continues evolving and offering new flavors, new aromas, and presentation. But special and the most important thing is that the Mexican food is always preserving the Mexican roots, the Mexican culture. This is the main logic behind this event. to continue expanding the range of Mexican cuisine to new flavors and aromas, and also enjoying the appropriation of Mexican food by new countries and people like our friends, Turkish people, and this beautiful country, Turkey. For tonight, we wanted to join the flavors of Mexico with some delicious Turkish wine. And well, and also, all of you know, the Turkish wine-making roots. It's a big pleasure to work with the houses Burdan, Heraki, and Castrotirelli. These three houses from the Aegean region are really good examples of how the new wine makers of Turkey work, combining tradition and innovation, the revival of local wine grapes, and blend of local and international grapes. Thanks so much for being here. It's really a pleasure to work with you, and especially to taste your delicious wines. While the Embassy of Mexico will continue its efforts to promote the Mexican culture in Turkey, in this regard, Mexican gastronomy, with its international projection, is a really good example and a great ambassador for my country, for your country, also Mexico. And before I finish this speech, I would like to give a special thanks to Tuba Yajic the Wild. Thank you so much, Tuba. You're a really nice person. Thank you so much to you. Your passion for Turkish wine made this event possible. Also, I want to thank my colleague Mario Chaparro, Mexican diplomat, cultural attaché. Gracias, Mario.
Stand up, please, Mario. Stand up.
Yeah, please, Mario. Here's Mario. Gracias. I also want to thank Erika Torres, our Mexican chef, whose mind and heart will feed us tonight, really delicious. And of course, I will transmit the...
You're tired of it, but for the new ones, I'm going to introduce myself again. I'm Tuba. So when I started my wine journey, I picked the name Vinatu. I like it very much when you call me Vinatu Hanım. And I called myself, when we were making my business card with my friend, I never felt like an expert in anything. I'm a generalist and I'm a nomad, so I wanted to find a name which would suit what I'm doing. And a wine explorer and event maker is what I do. So I went and explored the wines for you. I studied wine, and then I made events. And I think we enjoyed it together. I was thinking, well, we are almost at the end of the 4 years in Ankara. I was thinking, I'm so tired, my life is so busy. And last night, I was going to write a speech, a presentation. I couldn't. Instead, I looked at my events and I counted them. And post-COVID, so November 21 was the first time we met with most of you. In 2 years, we have met like 20 times. And I was actually thinking to touch like 10, 50 people, because I thought these people will leave Turkey after a while. I want them to know more than just 2 bulk wine producers in Turkey. If I touch 10 or 50 of them, they will go and they will become ambassadors of Turkish wine. But now when I calculate, I touched so many of you, much more than I could have ever imagined. Thank you very much for your support and your enthusiasm each and every time. So tonight I'm taking you to my own terroirs, to the Aegean terroir. I'm from Izmir, as most of you know, and our first winery is coming from Akhisar. Yunus Mermerci, the owner of Castrotirelli, is here tonight with us, and he's going to present us Castrotirelli.
This project was an idealistic project to produce top quality Turkish wines, which will be enjoyed and appreciated globally. So this journey started in 2004. It actually started, of course, long before with planning and with thoughts. The planting started in 2004, and the plot is in Akhisar. It's a Aegean town located in the province of Manisa, 150 kilometers inland from the sea, and above 200, around more than 200 meters above sea level. The name Castrotirelli also comes from the
Bradan means from here, so located in Çeşmeler, Çatalhöyük. and we have a different project also. I'm happy to hear. And so Gaye is our sales manager and also director of
Good evening.
Yes, both ladies, and this is the woman power. So we are explaining to also the project and of course our winery. So this is the okay. We have a message, our owner, because he says and best regards, and I would like to add in the tour guide Gümüş message. Firstly, let's watch what does he say to us.
As with everything in history, it has its ups and it has its downs. I would say it started with the Hittites and started really going up with the Greeks, Armenians. They had a habit of producing wine here. Even during the Ottoman Empire, which was essentially Islamic, Armenians were producing wine in Turkey. Wine was produced in Turkey, widely consumed in Istanbul, even in the palace. It will be contested, but even in the palace, it's consumed. So wine was a big part of the culture of this land. But then afterwards, due to religious reasons, due to social reasons, it dropped. It dropped significantly. And what is Turkey right now ended up at the beginning or mid last century, all the wine producing in Turkey became monopolized. So it was government production in Turkey only. So that kind of killed the quality, that killed the history a little bit. But things change over time.
This is a very small project that is a family winery, as Tuba mentioned. This is my wife, Fulya Akinci, that she's a food engineer from Turkey, and with myself, Jose Ranet, I am from Spain, agricultural engineer, and luckily we decide at the same time.
We work together with the whole Hilton team, with Tuba and with the different producers. And on behalf of all of you, and on behalf of all the Hilton team, I want to say thank you very much for all your trust to us. As you know, we are